Before I get this lesson and report started, I'm going to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakadash. I'm going to give double honor to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone whom I learned from. And a shalom to the hopeful elect brothers taking this truth to the four corners of the earth, bidding the elect spirits of Yasharallah to the marriage supper of the Lamb, who is Yahushai. This is your brother Radah. I got a handful of TikTok videos showing two things: the climate of the consciousness of what's taking place in America with this TikTok ban for a number of things. Seeing the hypocrisy in the leadership, the rulership of Esau Edom, the so-called white man, with an occasional so-called person of color, a Jake, an Israelite, a so-called, black man or black woman that is also in cahoots with Esau. And just a mass amount of hypocrisy of what they are doing, how they're going to ban this TikTok, how they're lying about it, and their personal dealings as far as people showing proof that they're purchasing tons of stock in the competition to TikTok, which is Meta. I'm going to show a handful of videos. We're going to pull some precepts, and then this should be the last time I deal with the situation. But this is going to be fuel for the upcoming the people turning against their princes. Them not. I'll pull those precepts, but let's listen to some of this stuff.
4 days on Red Note has me going through all the stages of grief. And right now, I think I'm sitting firmly in anger. And not at the Chinese or anything like that. They're fucking amazing. Their cities are amazing. Their people are amazing. Their lifestyle is amazing. Their fucking grocery bills are fucking amazingly small. I am fucking... Dude, American exceptionalism is a lie. It's a fucking lie. This country, every day of our lives, is just one big goddamn commercial to fucking leech every fucking dime out of our pockets and every fucking spare second you have out of your day. It is just nothing but a non-stop fucking hamster wheel. And as a goof, we go and protest by like, oh, you're gonna fucking take away TikTok because the fucking Chinese are gonna take our data? Well, we're gonna fucking mail our social security card directly to Xi's fucking office. And then we start talking to these people and seeing how they live, and then actually having direct message conversations with these new friends that are curious and excited about us. And they're like, oh, tell us about what it's like in America. No offense, but we hear you're lazy and all you do is hang out and go on vacations. And I'm like, vacation? What the fuck are you talking about? No, I mean, most people are working 2, maybe 3 jobs just to fucking make ends meet. And then, we start talking about what things cost. And they're like, yeah, dude, I mean, I go out to eat. It costs me, whatever the fuck their money is called, yuan, whatever it is. It's like RP, I don't know. And you do the math and you Google the exchange rate. And you're like, hang on. That's like $1.90 for a meal. Like a sit-down $2 you spent on a fucking meal. Then, you start scrolling through and you see their grocery haul and all this shit, and you can see the prices right there. And then, dude, fucking Google with the exchange rate. Dude, we already knew we were getting fucked, but we were getting fucking extra slam fucked. No lube, no permission, no consent. And we've been told our whole lives that these are evil people that fucking hate us, and they're backwards, and they're slaves working in sweatshops and living in gulags, and you would hate it over there. Don't even bother going over there. And, honestly, to a lot of us Americans, we're fucking ignorant to the point we've bought the fucking propaganda that was being sold to us our whole lives. I know hardly anyone that's ever even expressed interest in going to China with their rare vacation time and dollars. And then, all at once, tens of millions of us go over to this app as a lark, just to goof off. And we all got slapped in the face with dude, these skyscrapers in these cities, they're beautiful, they're clean. It looks like the goddamn future. I'm telling you, man, these people are living in the year 23, 25. I'm not even sure we're a first world country anymore if you compare apples to apples. I mean, this place is fucking amazing. No, I'm not, look, I know a bunch of y'all are already fucking clutching your pearls and you already got a fucking thumb up your own asshole. Oh, but America's the best thing in the world. You're anti-patriotic. You must hate America. Fucking commie. No, I'm just fucking stating what it is. I've seen with my own eyes on a different platform, we're just not fucking living. Not like the way other places in the world are fucking living. And we've got to get the fuck over ourselves and the nonsense that we've been sold. Because this ain't it. This ain't fucking it. Man, something's got to change. It's got to change fast. I don't know how or who or where or when. Something has to change. And I think everybody can feel it in the fucking air. Everybody's about to fucking snap. People were on the verge. And who the fuck thought that Xiao Hongshu was gonna fucking show us our life is just one big shitty commercial on a hamster wheel. We're that Black Mirror episode where you live in that fucking pod and you look at the screen and you have to watch so many ads to get enough credits to eat. That's us.
That was huge what he just said, that we are that Black Mirror episode, because everything on coming out of Hollywood, coming out of Netflix, all the theater, it's all left-handed prophecies. That is, it's a left-handed version of what prophecy has already said is going to happen. Let's pull some precepts. There's going to be a long video, man, because I'm going to give me my last one. Everything happening with this TikTok. It's Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai turning the heart of the king. He doesn't just turn the heart of the king. He turns the heart of the people that are underneath the king in the direction he wants it to go, right? He declares unto man what is his thought. This is in Amos. So this shows you the power of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, using his right and left hand, which are the hosts, the powers, okay, the mighty ones that are in those chariots, those wheels, that are surrounding his throne on both the right and the left hand side, and they dictate to the thoughts of men, okay? Amos 4:13. For lo, he that formeth the mountains, talking about the governments, the rulerships, and how they function, and createth the wind, and declareth unto man what is his thought. You have to understand this. There is no such thing as free will. Everybody's mind is being directed by the sovereign power of the Most High. Whether it be on the right hand or on the left hand, your mind is being directed. Okay, that maketh the morning darkness and treadeth upon the high places of the earth. Yahweh, the power of hosts, the power of armies, the power of the right and left hand is his name. So those chariots that we see in the sky that are being operated by the mighty ones, they are empowered by Yahweh, who sits on his throne. Let me see if I can find... When deep sleep. It's in Job. Yeah. Look at this. Okay. I'll go back one. It's talking about when you go to sleep at night, you are being rebooted. Just like when you turn off your phone or when you reset your phone. Your phone's basically a computer, right? And it resets, it reboots. Okay, when you go to sleep at night, not only are you resting your body, your mind, your spirit is being rebooted. And that is when you're getting your downloads. Your instructions are being sent to you. It doesn't matter if you believe in God or not. It doesn't matter. He is the power source. So this is Job 33:14. For the power of the Most High speaketh once, yea, twice, yet man perceiveth it not. Verse 15, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, in slumberings, and upon the bed. Verse 16, then he openeth the ears of men. So when you're sleeping, he's now speaking to you. He's giving you, and he sealeth their instruction. He gives you your download. You get a download. Everybody gets a download every night. The Most High, or it could be monthly. It could be, but there's going to be at a time when you're sleeping, and while you're getting your instructions sealed to you, this is happening. He's declaring, and here in Amos, the second, for lo, he that formeth the mountains, and createth the wind, and declareth unto man what is his thought. That's happening to you. It says it in Job, and we'll get one more, and then we're going to go back into these videos, because that's what's happening. I'm setting a foundation for the sovereignty of the controlling of thoughts by the Most High, and then the heart of the king, the mind of the king, because that's what it really means. The word heart is lab. It's the Hebrew word for lab. And I apologize for my voice right now. I got some crazy ass sore throat going on. Proverbs 21 verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh, and the hand of Yahweh are those hosts, those powers, those chariots, and they determine the thoughts of men. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. So we got multiple precepts showing the sovereignty, the sovereign ability that the Most High has on the ability to control the minds of men. All right? We're going to go back to this. Now, everything you see in these TikTok videos, remember, it's all up in here. There is a reason, because it's going to lead to all this. It's going to lead to the famine of the word. The famine of the word, which also is in Amos, I believe, famine of the word. Right? Because Esau's going to get control of the narrative. Too much information is coming out. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord God, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but the hearing of the words of Yahweh, because the only people breaking down all this stuff that's coming out are the hopefully elect men of Yasharallah, the Hebrew Israelites, and we're lining up everything. We're filtering everything through the prophecies. And that's what ultimately what Esau wants to stop. Okay? See, these people, they're super low level. Yes, what they're experiencing is real. And even how they're communicating it is real, but it's on an extremely low level. They are clueless that the Most High is moving. Everything is changing. We are at the end of Esau's rulership, okay? And because we are at the end of Esau's rulership, there's going to be coming a famine of the word. There's going to come great tribulation. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth it. So this is what's also happening. All this is being prepared. 2 Ezra 6:9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. This is why the psychology and the self-perception, the perception of America is drastically being challenged in the minds of Americans, just with something as basic as this app. It's way bigger than what's happening with this app. But this app is the tangible conduit or medium or the physical thing that everyone can see the hypocrisy of the American government, which are the Edomites. So you got a bunch of Edomites on the bottom, right? And all the other nations and Israelites that are complaining about what the Edomites on the top are doing because of this app. And you're going to see all of this hypocrisy come out, which goes into, I'm just going to get all these precepts. I will lift up, I will show the nations thy sins. And that's what's happening. Esau will not be able to hide himself. I will show the nations thy nakedness. And nakedness goes into sins. So everybody can see the transgression. This is Nahum 3:5. Behold, I am against thee, saith Yahweh of hosts. There goes that word host again. And I will discover thy skirts upon thy face. And I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. Esau shall no longer be able to hide himself. Esau shall no longer hide himself. Jeremiah 49:10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. And as a result of everything being uncovered, see, everyone's thinking they're awake. They're not awake unless they understand these prophecies. That's the truth. Okay? They shall not regard their princes. They shall not regard their princes. So this is what's going to happen. The uprisings, okay? And this is all, and you got to remember, these prophecies are literally the script to the movie. And everybody's an actor that's on the earth, and you have the two main actors, or the two main stars, which is Jacob and Esau. 2 Ezra 15:16, for there shall be seditions among men. Why? Because this is what people see. I'm gonna have to start over again, because whenever you get out, it knocks you out. So look at his face. He's thinking. This is a Joe Sixpack Edomite, right? He's freaking out about all this stuff, and it just, I'm going to show you more videos. It increases with intensity, but 2 Ezra 15:16, for there shall be seditions among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor their princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in power. And it's going to get worse. It's going to get really bad, you guys.
4 days on red.
So let's go. We'll go to another one.
Did everyone just forget the fact that, like, the TikTok ban was a part of a bill that sent $95 billion to Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan? Because I didn't forget that. Like, that was just last April, right after we paid our taxes. And also during that time, the Free Palestine movement was trending on TikTok. And that was around the time that audio leaked from the head of the ADL saying that the biggest threat to their Zionist project was TikTok and the Gen Z generation. And as you know, AIPAC buys all of our Congress people. So it's just interesting now because, like, people didn't really get politically involved during BLM, women's rights, meh, Free Palestine, meh. But the minute you take away their entertainment and their way of being able to earn a second income or like a primary income, that's when you radicalize people. I have learned by observing the behavior of U.S. Americans on this app. And now people have moved to the Redbook app, and you are watching people become radicalized within the span of an hour, just seeing all of that propaganda about China just completely disappear, and seeing how they are able to afford groceries and they don't have to pay property tax after they pay off their mortgage and all of these things, right? And the average US American just realizing, like, we live in a third world country with, what is that saying, a Gucci belt? Because people, like, when you tell people that we are giving $95 billion of our tax money to, like, basically the U.S. colonial outpost, they'll be like, meh, you know, maybe they need to protect us, or whatever your politic is, like, whatever you think that is. I think now you can see, like, the connections coming through, the understanding that, like, wait, why are we doing that when we don't even have healthcare?
And them migrating over to this new app that shows them China has provoked, it's provoking this, that they will no longer regard their princes and their kings, right? It's also a result of this. Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai is showing the world who Esau is, right? I'm going to show some more videos showing you these motherfuckers are investing money in the competition to TikTok, so it's showing the motivation for the ban, and everybody can see it, and it's making everybody sick to their stomachs. It's pissing them off too. Right here, I'm against thee, says the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts. All this is being exposed, right? And all the lies that Americans have been told, oh, China, China. And again, we're not here to lift up Moab, but Esau is the wicked. Esau is the wicked, and China, Moab they're heathen, but Moab is heathen. They're heathens. They're in a different classification of mankind in Scripture. It is Esau who is the wicked, right? So there's levels of abomination that Esau does that Moab doesn't do. Again, we're not defending China, but China's not the bad guy. Esau's the bad guy. Esau is the arch enemy of Jacob, and Jacob is the righteous based on what Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai has chosen and elected him to be in Scripture. And then you have all the other nations in the center, right? So, and this is also coming to pass. We are in a transition of power. And Esau is starting to show himself. And then Amos, and this is all the work of the sovereignty of the power of the Most High. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will send a famine in the land, not the famine of bread, but the thirst, but the famine of the word, because that's what's happening. That's what's going to eventually happen with this ban on TikTok. All right. He controls the hearts of the kings and the people. Right. And then Amos. For lo, he that formeth the mountains and createth the wind and declareth unto man what is his thought, that maketh the morning darkness. He declares unto man what is his thought. And when you go to sleep at night, whether you believe in him or not, he seals your instruction. Let's get some more videos.
I've watched my third video of YT people crying on this internet because they own Rednote, and they've learned how expensive it is to be a racist corporation nation. That is what the U.S. is. And all
this video is going to go into, now she's not going to explain it this way. She's going to go off the bywords of black and white, but this is Jacob and Esau. And this is the hypocrisy of the Joe Sixpack Edomite, because they're all freaking out right now, right? But so-called Jake, civil rights Jake, African-American Jake, and even the prophets, we've been telling people in America, you guys are wicked and evil because of the way you treat us, and no one's been listening. She's going to go into that with this.
People keep saying, one girl just said she got $450,000 worth of student loan debt to become a lawyer. And it costs like $800 to go to law school a year in China. A year, y'all. So let me give y'all a little bit of a history lesson for my YT people who are just awakening to the world that black people have told y'all has existed since they so-called let us go, right? We have told you, racism is expensive. It's so expensive because you guys used to have free college. Racism brought about college being the cost that it is. We could never get to free universal health care because black people would receive it. Racism is expensive. You guys got rid of all of the free parks and pools and programs once the Civil Rights Act was passed. This was America's downfall, the Civil Rights Act. Being civil was y'all downfall. And y'all crying on the internet for what? We told you. You had to go to China. Your citizens, your fellow citizens, because you never paid attention and you never really saw us as fellow citizens. So you had to get somebody in China to tell you, this is crazy. This is ridiculous. This is unacceptable. You shouldn't accept it. You shouldn't tolerate it. No, you needed someone else to tell you. How does it feel to know your country bet on racism over everything else? Technology advancement. China looks like a futuristic movie, but it ain't a futuristic movie. It's reality. And we are in an oligarchy, right? And, well, not we. Because I find it so funny. A lot of these videos, all of these creators get on here talking about some we. They all speak French now. Because black people have been known this. And every time I see one of those videos, I'm commenting, black people told you this for centuries, that this was wrong, that being able to just completely control people, ignore their rights as citizens was dangerous territory.
And this is why America cannot be healed and will not be healed. We would have healed her. We would have healed her, but she cannot be healed. We would have healed her. Talking about Mystery Babylon. Talking about the whore. We would have healed Babylon. Look, Jeremiah 51:9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her. And this is a decree to the hopefully elect men of Israel and women, for you Israelites to separate yourselves from this fucking place. Forsake her and let us go, everyone into his own country. And that's what's going to start happening. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even unto the skies. Let's get a woe to the bloody city. Woe, death to the bloody city. The bloody city. It's something about America. Okay, look at this. Nahum 3:1. Woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. And that's going into your 2/3 and your Edomites, who just continue to trust in the fucking voting system. thinking that somehow voting is going to fit. Oh, if we could just do this, if this could just happen, we could save this place. This place is not going to be saved. It's going to be destroyed. All right. Let's go some more videos.
Because it wasn't happening.
This is going to sound melodramatic, but walk with me here, okay?
This goes into your, this is the psychology that starts to go into your, they will no longer regard their princes and their kings. It's going to get like this.
With the Supreme Court's decision today to uphold the opinions of oppressive corporations over the will of the American people, I think there's a very...
And those oppressive corporations are all 100% Edomitish. The so-called white man, he's the only nation, race of people that's in his position to oppress. He is called the oppressor in the scriptures. They've been in power for a long time. They're the they're in rulership. They're the wicked the earth has been given into the hands of. So they can do nothing but what they're doing.
Decent argument to be made that the federal government is colluding with private entities to employ tyranny to control the masses of the United States of America. Because it doesn't take a Harvard lawyer to make the argument that banning TikTok will have an effect on free speech in America. Now, is TikTok the bastion of free speech in the world? No. You can get banned on here for saying things that you weren't attempting to say in the way they thought you were trying to say. It's not perfect. However, I think it is very, very clear that, and the government has made it clear, we're going to infringe upon your right to freedom of speech because the tyrannical companies that rule our country are upset. Plain and simple. Now, I think this very highly ties into the Luigi ongoing TT charge thing. Because Luigi, who is one of the people in America having their constitutional rights infringed upon, used his Second Amendment right to bear arms against a tyrant. Because I don't know what system you would call it, where a private entity uses a government to set up rules and regulations, requiring the citizens to pay into a system that moves wealth, 90% of the wealth, into the 1%'s pockets, and the whole time the product being provided, that private entity reserves the right to deny you service. That is feudalism. That is the same system that feudal lords used to keep their serfs in the fields. That is fundamentally and textbook definition tyranny. So I don't understand how he's getting a TT charge for using a constitutional right to amend tyranny. Because that's a tyrant that was affected by that situation physically. And I think that in proximity to the TikTok ban, there is a legal argument for tyranny to be made. Not just in Luigi's specific.
I think he did a pretty good job communicating that point.
Dear U.S. government, with all due respect, sometimes no respect is due. You sons of bitches. I mean, did you think we were just going to stop? We were going to stop posting because you're threatening to take this thing away on Sunday? Nuh-uh. We're going down with this motherfucking ship. And we're going to go and speak with our whole fucking chests about how much we hate you. We fucking hate you. This is supposed to be a representative democracy, and you are not representing us. You're not representing any of us. I don't know a single human being in my real life that thinks there's anything fucking good about banning this app where people come together and fucking communicate and have a good time and develop community and start small businesses and find a way to get some goddamn breathing room in this fucking oppressive fucking techno-feudalism that you've squashed us under. You keep your fucking boots on our necks, and we're sick of it. We are fucking sick of it. And it didn't have to be this way. And now we're learning more and more that it really didn't have to be this way. We were just goofing off when we joined that Red Note. It was supposed to be kind of, fuck you. We're going to fucking jump on another Chinese thing, like a straight up fucking CCP-owned app. Yeah, fuck you, government. But then we started seeing what the fuck was really going on in other places in the world and talking to people that live in these other places in the world that you fucking told us were evil and falling apart and fucking third world shitholes. They're not. They're living in the goddamn future. And we're the ones who are corrupt and falling apart. And to the rest of the world, fucking evil. And you did this. For generations you've been doing this, but you stepped on the goddamn gas pedal this last few years, and we're not fucking having it anymore. We're not fucking taking it.
And that's key, because the last few years is when everything started accelerating. I'm looking at this stuff, and I was thinking too, prior to COVID, nobody would give a fuck. Everybody was distracted with making money. There were more. I was distracted with the whole illusion of America, man. I know that the prophets were already awake. I wasn't awake, and neither was. And these Americans that are awake, they're not really awake. They've just been shifted, because now America is no longer what it was pre-COVID, and literally every week it gets worse and worse and worse, and it hasn't stopped. So now everyone is shifting in this new direction. They don't know what's going on, but they know everything's different. That's what this guy's kind of hitting on. Pre-COVID, none of these Joe six-pack Edomites would even be giving a fuck. But because of COVID and the breaking down of everything, and the constant news showing that the government is sending off billions outside of the country, and then you're having all these disasters that are taking place in America, and they're not taking care of them. They're seeing it, right? But we understand, again, that it's just prophecy, right? This country is going down based on what prophecy says, right? We would have healed. It's the Most High saying this. So there's no spiritual provision. There's no prophetic declaration on America being provided for to heal. See, this is what Jeremiah 51:9 is saying, man. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. So forsake her. Emotionally, mentally, socially, disconnect from this fucking place, man. It's on it. It's got a 5-minute shelf life left. It's about to completely spoil, right? And our only hope, our only salvation is Yahushua. This truth for the hopefully elect man of Israel. Everybody else is fucked. Everybody else is fucked, right?
The only thing that brings me comfort during this entire TikTok ordeal debacle bullshit is y'all can take the app away if you want. The damage is done. The damage is done. I have never seen revolution and class consciousness is mainstream. Mainstream. If you were to bring up this topic last year, 6 months ago, no, you're crazy.
It goes into my point. The distractions were still too thick. Now, shit's about to fucking get crazy, man. And I apologize for having this dude appears to be, sodomitish. The sodomitish C. I apologize for that, but he was making some decent points, at least to the topic.
You're delusional. These are conspiracy theories. The government would never try to control you. The government is all for the people. Blah, 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 blah. So, now that we've seen that that's not true. We've seen that that's not true. So there's no going back. There's no convincing us that the other way of life was the only way, the correct way. We've seen that in China they're paying $300 and less for an entire house. Okay? I can't even buy groceries with $300. Enough groceries to last more than at least 2 weeks? Nope. No, $300 will last maybe a week. Maybe a week. I'm not even fucking kidding. And y'all could be like, oh, you're just not shopping right, blah, 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 blah. Not all of us want to eat processed bullshit every fucking day. So yeah, I'm going to fork over a little bit of extra money for fruits, for vegetables, for fresh food, for meat. And it's fucking expensive. One goddamn T-bone is $25 at Walmart. $25 for a slice of meat. So
TikTok is a huge national security concern. I can't think of a potential.
This goes into the hypocrisy of these politicians, how they're, TikTok is a huge, propaganda situation, or it's a security risk. Now watch these videos. Now watch, start paying close attention to these videos. Now watch.
More powerful propaganda tool.
Propaganda tool? Did he just say propaganda tool? I'm sorry, sir. I thought the national security threat was in terms of data collection. Here are some fun facts. Instagram, Facebook, Google, DoorDash, and Airbnb all collect more data than TikTok. TikTok has contributed more than $24 billion to U.S. gross domestic product and more than 224,000 jobs to the U.S. economy. Mind you, as of January 15th, the United States is over $36.2 trillion in debt. There are over 1.3 million creators that operate their businesses on TikTok. In less than 24 hours, 3.4 million American citizens volunteered their data to an actual Chinese communist app in protest of their own government. TikTok is not a publicly shared company. Meta is a publicly shared company. Members of Congress who voted on the TikTok ban are invested in Meta stock. Meet your politicians. Senator Mark Wayne Mullen purchased between $15,000 and $50,000 of Meta shares on January 2nd, 2024 and January 26, 2024. Mike McCall, who introduced the TikTok ban legislation, was a little bit sneakier about it by using his family's trust to purchase his Meta stock. Representative Byron Donald voted yay and purchased Meta stock on December 6th.
There's always got to be some fucking sellout Jake, some 2/3 Jake that is taking the covenant with death. Just look at this fucker right here, man. He's gonna die with Esau, man. What an idiot.
Representative Greg Stanton voted yay and purchased Meta stock on November 9th, 2023. Representative Diana Harshbarger voted yay and purchased Meta stock on March 3rd, 2023. Representative Ro Khanna voted nay but purchased Meta stock on November 7th. Representative Dan Crenshaw voted yay and purchased Meta stock on December 2nd, 2022. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene voted yay and purchased Meta stock on December 30th. The list goes on and on. You guys.
So all the people who were voting in the government for TikTok to be banned also at the same time, literally just this month and last month, made big purchases in stock for Meta, which is once this app goes down, that stock is going to jump. So you can see, and there's more videos. Look at this shit, man. It's crazy.
Just sell it.
No, I think we're going to challenge you in court, actually. So, thanks for that.
You'll sell. You'll sell. So, you looking for buyers? Yeah.
It is business as usual here. We don't plan on selling. We already told you this.
Hey,
and
you only got a couple more months.
So, I don't need the reminder. That's fine.
So, you are selling?
No. What do you think we're going to change our fucking minds or something?
Find a buyer.
Who the fuck are you talking to? No.
Find a buyer. Well, the Supreme Court didn't look too pleased. You might want to start looking for buyers.
I think we'd rather shut down, to be honest with you. No. You don't get to do that. No,
do you need more time? Is that what you?
We have a big enough business that we don't need to.
We'll give you more time. We'll give you a year.
You don't want us here, right? You don't want us here. No, it's fine. It's cool.
We want TikTok.
Now we're starting.
We don't want you in charge.
We don't want to be here. We don't want to be here.
So hypothetically, if we could repeal the.
And the fucking hypocrisy of this, because they want to buy it, but they want to shut it down. But they want to buy it, but they want to shut it down. He covets fields. This is just, Esau is a fucking devil, man. He's a goddamn devil. And that's what this is too. Micah 2:22. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away, so that they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. So a race of people who call themselves the Jews, and they're not Jews, if they're willing to do that, a race of people who have taken the Bible and made movies to make all the characters look like them, and then camouflage their faces with Christianity all over the earth, and said, we are the people of this book. We have been given the charge by the God of this book to tell you about him. If they're willing to do that, and it's a lie because they're the Edomites, they're gonna come and try to fucking take your shit through wicked practices, and that's what that video was covering.
Just sell it.
Social media is done when TikTok is done. Think about this. When was the last time that Instagram was able to manufacture a meme that we all enjoyed as a community? It's been years. Mark Zuckerberg really thinks we're going to go to Facebook and Instagram if they ban TikTok. Facebook only exists to fool the elderly. My grandma's on there getting misinformed every day. You think I'm going to go join her? Are you kidding me? Instagram? Come on. Instagram is a shitty place. From a heteronormative perspective, if you are a man on Instagram, almost everybody you follow is just women you met at bars who didn't think you were cute enough to give you their phone number, right?
And if you're a woman on Instagram, all the accounts you follow are just people who are trying to download eating disorders into your brain. And don't get me started on Twitter. Twitter is an Elon Musk Discord server. Have you been on there? It's a dumpster fire. I think social media is dead after TikTok is gone. If I'm going to be honest, I don't think we're going to flock to other social media. I think we're going to start listening to like audiobooks and shit, if I'm going to be honest.
This is Representative Michael McCall. And you may not know him, but if you're on this app, you should. Because he wrote the bill to ban TikTok. But he's also done some other really interesting...
There goes the hypocrisy I was talking about with the money. Watch what the dude who actually wrote the bill, look what he invested in.
Shit recently. So here's Mike's recent questionable activity. On March 3rd, he authored the TikTok ban bill. Then on March 22nd, he invested $150,000 in Meta. On the 26th, he invested another $150,000, and on the 28th, he invested another $150,000. So about 3 weeks after writing the TikTok ban bill, this man invested $450,000 in TikTok's competitor. Oh, and then what did he do once he saw his TikTok ban was going to be included with all the Ukraine funding? Well, on April 1st, he invested $350,000 more in Meta, followed by the 5th, where he invested that again. And then about a week later, of course, he voted yes on the bill he wrote. So within the span of 40 days, this dude wrote the TikTok ban bill, proceeded to invest $450,000 in the competitor, and then invested another $700,000, taking his total investment in Meta to $1.15 million. And then he voted yes. Now, obviously, the word most people are using here is suspicious, but the word we should be using is criminal.
Look at the comments. People can see it, man. So.
Oh, I figured out why it was unanimous in the Supreme Court. All right, this is going to take a second. Get a drink.
And even the judges are investing in Meta. Look at this shit.
Need something to spit out when you see this. Supreme Court Justice John G. Roberts has Open Secrets. OpenSecrets.org, probably the citizen's best friend. You look around, right, he's got a couple of investors, right, Time Magazine, a couple of mutual funds, right, mutual funds. You give a firm some money, they invest your money. I looked into Putnam Voyager Fund. Hey guys, look at what the Putnam Voyager Fund invests into. Neil Gorsuch, right? He's got some mutual funds. What's the iShares Core? So let's look up what the iShares Core S&P 500 ETF puts its money into. Or Clarence. You know, Clarence, he don't live at home with both parents. And I hear Clarence has got a lot of money with Vanguard. And Vanguard has a lot of money with Meta. But hold on. Why would I give you such an easy to reach answer? Vanguard, let's see, Clarence has got about $100,000, or at least, I don't know, maybe it's cut off, into the Vanguard 500 Index Fund. What is in this fund? I didn't even have to scroll for it. That is 3 Supreme Court justices that have direct financial ties to Meta. Do we need to go over the rest of the list, or has the picture been painted sufficiently for you? All right, let's do one more. This is actually kind of... Let's see. Hey, listen, there's nothing wrong with municipal bonds. I will never disparage a public official for directly investing in American cities and counties. This is a good thing. You're helping fund schools and roads and whatnot. But, iShares, Core, MSCI, EAFE, ETF. Let's see what's in that one. Oh, wait, by the way, if you actually clicked on it in Open Secrets, it'll actually tell you, who's invested in these specific funds. Guys, if any organization deserves our donations, it's OpenSecrets.org. Maybe not iShares. Hold on, don't worry. She's got more in that portfolio of hers. There's bound to be some dirt somewhere. I found it. It was in the Russell 1000 Growth ETF that she's got a hold of. There we go. We found her Meta contributions right there. We already knew our politicians were in Zuckerberg's back pocket. Now we know that our Supreme Court justices all stand to make a profit if they can help Mark Zuckerberg achieve his monopoly. The ones that are supposed to be upholding the Constitution, they themselves are violating it. Oh, I figured out one.
Crazy, huh? So, We see the wickedness. It's probably the last video I'm going to do on this whole thing. But yeah, nothing. Esau's just he's just being shown for what he is, man. He shall no longer be able to hide himself. Let me see. Because we're seeing how he gets down. Jeremiah 49:10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. So there's nothing Christian, nothing white about the so-called white man. There's nothing American about the so-called white man. There's nothing patriotic about the so-called white man. He is the biblical Edomite, the nation of Edom, and the Most High has always hated him. And he is the wicked that the earth has been given into the hands of, and he's oppressing the people. And all we have to do as Israelites is repent, call upon the name of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. We got to confess our transgressions, and then we call on him to deliver us from they shall cry out for the oppressor. This is what we do. You know what I'm saying? We don't protest. We cry out. This is Isaiah 19:20. And it shall be for a sign and for a witness unto Yahweh of hosts in the land of Egypt, talking about America. For they, talking about the hopeful elect, Hebrew Israelites, they shall cry unto Yahweh because of the oppressors. And this is talking about the so-called white man. And he shall send them a savior. And this is talking about Yahweh Shai. He is our salvation and a great one. And he shall deliver them. And Yahweh Shai is going to get us out of here. And how is he going to get us out of here? Like it says, he comes in the clouds, and those clouds are chariots. He cometh with clouds, and he's also going to destroy the armies of Esau. This is all prophecy, man. Revelations 1:7. Behold, he, talking about Yahweh Shai, cometh with clouds, talking about the so-called UFOs, with other angels, mighty ones, in those clouds, in those UFOs. Those are the hosts of Yahweh, and every eye shall see him, and they which pierced him, going into the Roman soldiers who pierced him 2,000 years ago, proving reincarnation, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen. Here's another one, and I'll end it with this. Look, 2nd Ezra 13. 2nd Ezra 13. This is also him coming in the clouds. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven, talking about the host. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice came out of his mouth, and that voice goes into his doctrine, and goes into his teachings, goes into his laws, statutes, commandments, his heritage, because he is a Hebrew Israelite, how he does things in the earth, his rulership. All they burn, his prophecy. All they burn that heard his testimony. All they burn that heard his voice, because he's speaking nothing but truth, like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men, these fucking Edomites, and all their armies, out of number, from the four winds of the heaven, to subdue the man that came out of the sea. Talking about the man that came out of the sky. But I beheld, and lo, he graved himself a great mountain, talking about that chariot, that so-called UFO, the fathership, and flew upon it. But I would have seen the region, or the place where without the hill was graven, and I could not. It's so big, he couldn't see it. It just covered the whole sky. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him, they were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. They were scared, but they still tried to stop him. And lo, as he was, and this is going to be going on while all these other politician Edomites are going to be under the ground. They're going to be in their underground bunkers watching this shit on their satellites. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been, a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with the violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up. every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. Go to 11. Go all the way down. This is chapter 11 inside. Look at this, and this is him too speaking to this is also what he's saying. Verse 37. And I beheld, and lo, as it were, a roaring lion chased out of the wood. Now this is the vision of that. This is him. And I saw that he sent out a man's voice unto the eagle, speaking to the Roman Empire, speaking to Esau. Esau's bird is the eagle. Hear thou, and I will talk with thee. And the highest, my Father, shall say unto thee, art not thou that remainest of the fourth beast? Now, he's identifying him to his face. Are you not that fourth beast mentioned in the prophet Daniel? It's you. You're the Edomites. You are in rulership. You don't get to fucking make it seem like, oh, we're just kind of here and everybody else is with us. No, it's you. I put you there. Art not thou it that remaineth of the four beasts, whom I made to reign in my world, that the end of their times might come through them? Aren't you him? Yes, you're him. I got a warrant for your fucking arrest. And the fourth came and overcame, and you came. Your rulership came, and you overcame all the beasts, all the other rulerships that were past, and had power over the world with great fearfulness. Look what they're fucking doing. This race of people. Everyone is complaining
The U.S.
in these videos about the
U.S.
fucking white man. It's endless.
This whole time you're in China, and
everybody's complaining about the white man. Okay? Everybody, you guys, other fucking white people are complaining about the fucking white man. And that he is the fourth beast. This is what Yahushua is doing in this prophecy right here. All right? Verse 39. Art not thou it that remainest of the four beasts, whom I made to reign in my world, that the end of their times might come through them? And the fourth came and overcame all the beasts, and you're in so much power, okay, and had power over the world with great fearfulness, and over the whole compass of the earth, with much wicked oppression, and so long time dwelt he upon the earth. With this, see, how long has the fucking white man been in rulership? This is talking about them, and this is Yahushua. He's the only one strong enough. He's going to come and arrest these motherfuckers. For the earth hast thou not judged with truth. Do you see truth in any of this? No.
We aren't against TikTok. We want TikTok to keep going. But we are against a Chinese company that is in cahoots with the Chinese Communist Party owning TikTok. Unfortunately,
it's all fucking lies. It's all only why? Because they're the ones in rulership, you guys. Look at the comments. Look at the fucking comments. TikTok is banned in China. The CEO of TikTok is from Singapore. As a South African, I'm uncomfortable with America having access to my data. The problem is TikTok exposed too many Zionist lies, showed the whole world genocide of Palestine. That's why you have to come up with this lie. The lies won't work anymore, Chuck. We too woke now. I have two-factor. Hold on. TikTok should never sell. These morons are going to disrupt the whole part of the U.S. economy for the sake of hating that Americans are getting educated. But Senator, I'm from Singapore, being a smart ass. Hey, old fart, the company is based in Singapore. Senator, I'm Singapore. So you see all this, you see the race of people, line it up with scripture, it matches. Show me another situation on the planet Earth where you have multiple different nations of people, including the same race of people, all talking shit about the rulership of this race of people. You can't. You're not going to find it because it's them. For thou hast afflicted the meek. Verse 42. Thou hast hurt the peaceable. Thou hast loved liars and destroyed the dwellings of them that brought forth fruits. They're destroying the dwelling of this app. It brings forth fruit. All the people and their jobs on it. Therefore, up here at the top. It has cast down walls of such as did thee no harm. Okay, therefore is thy wrongful dealing come up unto the highest, and thy pride unto the mighty. The highest also hath looked upon the proud times, and behold, they are ended, and his abominations are fulfilled. This is Yahushua imposing the judgment upon Esau and his entire beast system, and therefore appear no more. So now he's speaking it. Remember when it said out of his mouth a blast of fire and sparkles and tempest? That's what all of this is. This is the blast of fire. Therefore speak no more. Blast of fire, sparkles, and tempest. From his tongue, his mouth, his lips, thou eagle, nor thy horrible wings, nor thy wicked feathers, nor thy malicious heads, nor thy hurtful claws. Your military, your media, your banking system, your witchcrafts, no, you have no more ability to impose your will on the earth, nor all thy vain body. And what happens when, and this links up to Isaiah 14, look at 46, that the whole earth may be refreshed. Refreshing doesn't come until this race of people is removed from power, you guys. Oh, there's no voting them out. There's no getting new white people in there. No. They got to completely be uprooted from power. Then the earth will be refreshed. That's what Scripture says. That's what prophecy says. That's what the Most High says. That's what Yahushua says. That all the earth may be refreshed and may return, being delivered from thy violence, and that they may hope for the judgment and mercy of him that made her. Look.
TikTok as it exists.
Dude, okay. Just got out of a meeting with a...
Something so hilarious.
What do you think of the TikTok CEO coming to inauguration?
Not my favorite thing. Not my favorite thing.
What's your reaction to the TikTok CEO coming to Trump's inauguration? I don't get it. 80% of the Congress, Democrats and Republicans, agreed that TikTok is a huge national security concern. I can't think of a potentially more powerful propaganda tool. We'll see if there's, if 90 more days can get a deal done.
If 90 more days can get the meaning, if we can't strong arm them out of it so we can have it. These show me another race, man. You can't. It's these pink motherfuckers. Look at his face. It matches his tie. They are not white. And you can see a white t-shirt right under his chin with the person standing next to him. That's white. His face is not white. He is fucking red, just like his tie. They are the biblical Edomites, you guys, man. Fuck these people, man. I pray that this lesson was edifying. This report was edifying. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Rakakodash, and double honor to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone of whom I learned from. Shalom to the hopeful elect men, taking this truth to the four corners of the earth, bidding the elect spirits of Yasharallah to the marriage supper of the Lamb, who is Yahweh Shai. This is your brother Radah. Shalom.